Thank you all for being here today. Good afternoon, all of the active docents, the sustaining docents, and the guests of our docents, as well as our honored guests, who we will refer to later in the program. So welcome to the Bowers Museum Docent Guild 50th anniversary celebration. Woo! And retrospective program, A Golden Tapestry of Years. I'm Rhonda Nalisnik, currently the chair of the Bowers Docent Guild, and today we are going to look back at the last 50 years, and while we celebrate the past and current accomplishments since 1973, we'll also look forward, imagining the Docent Guild's future. So you may learn some long-forgotten facts, and you may joyfully be reminded of past memories. But before we begin our program, I would like to offer a quick profile of our audience today. So first, if you are an active docent, would you please raise your hand? All right. And if you are a sustaining docent, would you please raise your hand? Thank you for being here. And if you are a guest of a docent today, please raise your hand, which hopefully is the rest of you. So thank you all for being here on this momentous occasion, and in the interest of time, I will ask that you hold your applause until the very end of the program when the fireworks come on, and you can join the fireworks with your clapping and yelling if you like. So who are the docents of Bowers Museum? Well, you can see in this slide the tools of our trade. We're an eclectic group with many talents and interests and backgrounds. So here's a quick profile. So when I call your name, please raise your hand. Greg Halpern is the youngest active docent at the age of 57. And he's running late, I guess. And that's par for the course for the young. And the oldest active docent in age is Ann Olympius at the age of 89. She's responsible for the beautiful calligraphy that is handmade name tags for all of you. Not the docents, because you're supposed to have your badge on, but everyone else. The oldest sustaining docent in age here today is Mary Conway. She's 96. And Mary only just went sustaining last June. At the award ceremony, that was her last year of being active at the age of 95. Marge Frost, who is a sustaining docent, is here today, is 94. Where's Marge? And she volunteered for 40 years. She was on my first touring team when I became an active docent, the third Tuesday morning with Marge and Meredith Wiley and Hillary Rahim. And the tradition of that team was to go to lunch after touring at the Hacienda, which that team still continues today. And they exchanged the funniest birthday cards. We were always laughing. The active docent who lives the farthest from the museum is Deborah Stark. She commutes 37 miles from Hermosa Beach. And the active docent who lives closest to the museum is myself at a half a mile. And that's why I'm here more often than you. So who were the docents in their past lives? Well, we come from all walks of life, locations, professions, capabilities, careers, travels, and responsibilities, which have made us such an effective organization to engage with all kinds of visitors about culture and art. So while you're having appetizers today or over dinner, please ask that docent what they did in their other life. It's a great conversation starter. So some of those professions include, and this is a very small group for all of our docents, corporate finance, marine insurance, professors of history, Asian languages, mathematics, global director of marketing communications, pastor, anesthesiologist, optometrist, ballet dancer, homemaker, real estate broker, computer applications project manager for the OC Sheriff's Department, and the Peace Corps are just a few. Also, many docents are multilingual, and in 1975, the tours were offered in Spanish on the second Sunday of the month. So the Bowers docents bring a wealth of talent, expertise, and experience to their volunteer work, which we know makes the Docent Guild such an interesting tapestry of individual excellence and collective accomplishment. So many of you, no doubt, have heard or have seen the Bayeux Tapestry, which depicts the stories and events surrounding the conquest of England in 1066 by the Duke of Normandy. It's a 230-foot-long tapestry, which is not woven but made of linen embroidered with 8 different colors of wool. And just some of the detail includes 626 characters, 202 horses, 91 scenes from France and England, 41 boats, and more on 9 pieces of linen stitched together. It is a masterpiece of 11th century Romanesque art, and it's on view in northwestern France, and I'm sure many of you have probably seen that. So now imagine a tapestry or an embroidered textile about the Bowers Docent Guild. So what would it look like? Well, we've labeled the slide for you. After touring the Guopé exhibit, which was so rich with creativity using embroidery and golden threads to tell our stories, we're inspired to create our own golden tapestry of years, which might depict docents touring, celebrations, field trips, meetings, and recruitment that are woven throughout our 50 years. Our tapestry begins with the first people who lived on the land of the museum, so I offer a land acknowledgement to the indigenous nations of the Ahashiman, the Tonga, and the Lusigno. A community scene like the mural in our first Californians exhibit would begin our tapestry. And by the time Charles and Ada Bowers moved into their Victorian house on the property, many people and cultures had crossed this land. As we know, the Spanish, the Mexican, and those like the Bowers family came to California in search of wealth, health, and opportunity. And as docents explain in all of their tour beginnings, Charles and Ada Bowers left their property, seen here, to the city of Santa Ana to build a museum dedicated to Orange County history. And when that museum opened in 1936, a tapestry such as this might have included the orange groves and the cedar deodar tree that's still in the front of the historic courtyard. The Bowers home was once located in what is now the courtyard that we all had our photo taken in. And another section would perhaps be dedicated to those deceased docents who will be honored by Sandy Bass as a past chair of the Docent Guild. Sandy.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing.
Again, good afternoon. I am honored to share a few memories of these wonderful docents. Betty Elizabeth Coenis was a docent for 41 years, from 1980 to 2021. She was very active in the Docent Guild, serving as chairman from 1990 to 1992, and was a recipient of the Docent of the Year Award, the Life Appreciation Award, and the Honorary Service Award for her 20 years of service in the Guilds. She began the Weekend Docent program. Joan Karen Stevenson, a docent from 1991 to 2011. Joan was known for her beautiful hat she wore. She was the recipient of the Ann Spencer Award, was chairman of the Guild, and received the Honorary Service Award for 20 years of active service in the Guild. Hazel Mitsutumi was a docent for many years. After retirement as a high school counselor, she enjoyed many activities like piano and travel, including serving as a docent Bowers docent. Jack Wong began serving as a docent in 2020, and he was volunteered for 16 years. He was a lifetime member of the 4th Sunday team and as day captain until 2012. He was a student of Chinese history, the American West, and cowboy poetry. Carol Ann Bucather was a docent from 2017 to 2022. Carol especially enjoyed the gemstone carvings, the masterworks of Harold Van Pelt exhibit, and helped to write the framework for the exhibit when she was part of the education committee. She loved learning and creating tours.
This photo shows Dr. Keller on his first day on the job, 31 years ago, as the CEO and president of Bowers Museum. He's standing with Carol Van Houten, who's here today with us. And next to her, at the time, she was chair of the Docent Guild, and she also served on the Board of Governors for 17 years. And next to her is Jenny Nishigaya and then Barbara Williams. Under his leadership, the Bowers Museum saw an explosion of growth, both physically and visually, with the new architectural and exhibition spaces and the creation and display of culturally significant permanent and traveling exhibits. Dr. Geller's resume demonstrated his appreciation for museums as institutions that preserve and also celebrate culture and engage and inform the public. One obituary quoted Dr. Keller as saying that he thought he had landed the perfect job for someone who loved to travel, make friends, and collect art. His many attributes were exemplified by the world-class exhibits hosted by Bowers that he helped to bring to Santa Ana that the docents were so proud to tour. Some of those attributes included his love of travel, especially to remote cultures and places like the South Pacific, a respect for anthropology, a love of country, and appreciation for world culture. And he and Ann Shee were often the dynamic duo negotiating exhibit contracts. Dr. Keller also attended docent program meetings, shared updates, and answered our many, many questions. Sylvia's in the audience to attest to that. His golden retrievers brought smiles to many in the hallways. He met monthly with the male docents for an evening of camaraderie. He attended the book club discussions that featured Oceania, and he brought Wade Davis as guest lecturer to begin the distinguished lecture series. A centerpiece of our tapestry would certainly feature the museum's past leader, Dr. Peter C. Keller, whom we honor here today. An example of exemplary traveling exhibit that was showcased in 2021 was the Treasures in Gold and Jade, Masterworks from Taiwan. Anne Llewellyn shares her special tribute to Dr. Keller in this video.
Hello, my name is Anne Llewellyn, and I'm a volunteer docent at Bowers. I want to share a special memory of Dr. Peter Keller, who was an enthusiastic supporter of the Junior Ambassadors program. Created by Anne Shee more than 20 years ago. Each year, Anne selects talented high school students who come to the Bowers to study Chinese culture as well as practice public speaking skills, which she believes is essential to their leadership development. The junior ambassadors are trained by Bowers docents. Alice Ewan is the Bowers staff person who coordinates the program. I taught junior ambassadors for 6 years. My last summer, 2021, I had 20 students who studied a special exhibit at Bowers. The China Gallery was closed that summer, and the special exhibit was Treasures in Gold and Jade, Masterworks of Taiwan. The featured artists were Wu Qing and Wang Fushou. That summer, the students volunteered for 440 hours at the museum. Dr. Keller was especially engaged in the 2021 program. He attended the opening session, welcomed the students, motivated them, and also gave them a tour of the museum. At the end of the program, we had a culminating event. Each student presented a single object in the gallery. Their parents were in attendance. Dr. Keller kept coming over to me and saying, "This is the best junior ambassadors class ever." He was so pleased with how well they were doing. At the end of the presentations, Dr. Keller thanked the students and as well as thanked their parents for supporting their children in attending that program that summer. He also presented the students with certificates recognizing their achievement.
And in this photo, you can see that this is the junior ambassador class that Anne is referencing here. It's the reception with their parents and Anne Shee, the program founder, Dr. Keller, and of course, Anne Llewellyn, the student's instructor. So the docents celebrate and salute Dr. Keller's achievements as president of Bowers. And in honor of Dr. Keller's legacy, a new award was developed this year, the Peter C. Keller Team Award. We're honored to have his wife, Signe Keller, here with us today. So Mrs. Keller, would you please join me on the stage? Thank you so much. Stay right here. So the purpose of this new award is to foster innovation and creativity when presenting objects throughout the museum and to encourage and foster teamwork within each team. Mrs. Keller, here is the golden envelope, just like the Academy Awards, that contains the name of the day captain who represents the team that is the recipient of the first Peter C. Keller Team Award. Would you please read the contents?
The winner is Karen Bell, day captain.
Come on
Please
down.
come up.
You stay next to him. Those are the gifts. So this team's innovative 15-minute presentation was called A Bowers Animal Safari, and that used Google Earth to travel the world, and it included 8 objects beginning with, stand right there, in the center. We're filming this. It included 8 objects, beginning with the Panama boat and that alligator at the entrance in the south wing, and ending with the Tang horse sculpture that's seen outside the auditorium. Congratulations to the second Tuesday afternoon team. They have a beautiful certificate and some gifts for the entire team.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
If I can go back down.
Yes. Oh, no, not yet. No, not you. No, I'm sorry. No, sorry. And now we need Ken Higman, our treasurer, to come on the stage.
Okay. Oh, so we have a replica of the check. This, since Dr. Keller's passing last November, the docents have been contributing to a fund in his memory for the Experience at Headhunters Gallery. So it's my privilege on behalf of the Docent Guild to present this check to you and to the museum to support the Spirits exhibit. And we're hoping that in some way this helps facilitate and contribute to Dr. Keller's legacy and memory here at the Bowers. Thank you, everyone, for contributing to this fund, and thank you for joining us tonight. We're very happy to have you here.
Thank you. He would be so touched by this.
Okay. I think we'll go back.
Ken will give the real check to Twee because we know that Twee is the CFO and the finances. And when I made this slide, Ken thought it looked real. He wanted to know what account that was if it was mine. So there you go. The Docent Guild operation and function would not be possible without the assistance and close cooperation of the Bowers Museum staff, and we salute and thank the museum for their help in putting together this program today. And we appreciate the support of the Board of Governors, represented by Ann Sheath, the chairperson of the board, and we also recognize the board members Linda Moy and Zara Sun, who generously contributed $10,000 to help fund today's event. And a special thanks to Twee for her financial assistance and acumen so that we are able to budget wisely for this fabulous program. Each year, the Docent Guild Board honors a staff member, but for this very special year, the Docent Guild Board decided to create a new Golden Appreciation Award to honor Ann Chi. So Ann, would you please come on stage? And I'll ask Mike to help with the box, just to hold the box. Yeah, well, it's 4:30, but we're almost there. So, Ann, you always offer your encouragement and your support of the docents in the hallways at our luncheons and conversation. The docents want you to know how much we appreciate you. You're always dressed with impeccable style. You take time to share your beautiful smile, a few moments of conversation, and attend our luncheons and events. And you often provide a lovely gift of appreciation. So it is with great thankfulness and admiration that the Docent Guild Board presents you with this Golden Appreciation Award, which is represented by several gifts that are contained in this big box sitting on the piano. We hope that you enjoy our selection, which part you can see on stage. And the selection of specialty teas are from Linda Louie's Banna Tea Company. She said one of those teas is from your home region in Taiwan. Wow. And we'll hope that your husband can help you put it in the car. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the flowers are from my garden.
Thank you.
No, stay here.
Thank you.
So as you know, the Docent Guild gives an award each year in Ann's name, the Ann Shee Community Connection Award. and no one connects better with the community than you. Anne negotiates in China for world-class exhibits like Guopei. She organizes the gala exhibit openings, fundraisers, and special programs, and most of all, she supports all aspects of the museum and the Guild with your ever-present energy and enthusiasm. You've been our model for connecting with the community. So with the presentation of the Anne Shi Community Connection Award, we recognize those docents who foster connections between the Bowers and the community like you. This award was established in 2005, and we would like you to announce the recipient of the Anne Shi Community Connection Award. And Terry will give you the gold envelope of the names for this year.
Christine Dickey. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm such honor. This time I didn't donate any item because the chairman said, no, this year doesn't need anything. But I didn't know I would receive this huge box. Thank you.
And there's one more name to read.
Oh, okay.
Nope, nope, this name.
Oh, Vivian Kush, yeah. Kush.
So this year, we actually have 2 award winners for the Community Connection Award.
One more, right?
Christine Dickey is our Community Ambassador Chair and also our ever-resourceful librarian. And I would like to share a little bit with you about Christine's work this year. Besides upgrading the slideshow for presentations to community groups, this past year, 6 organizations and 155 community members were served, representing such varied groups as the International Association of Directors of Police Museums and the Irvine Multicultural Association. Christine is a professional in every endeavor. She truly has made a significant impact on connecting the Bowers Museum and the Docent Guild with a very wide reach into our Orange County community. Thank you, Christine. And Vivian, we know, has been an organizing force behind the Bowers Books for Kids, Storytime in the Galleries, a children's author program that's held on the last Saturday of every month. She has enhanced the program by planning an art activity that's related to the book's monthly theme, which she organizes. And Vivian, another Storytime volunteer, docents read children's books and sometimes dress in costume, you'll see that soon, and using puppets to enliven their stories. Each child goes home with a new book donated either by the author or the Docent Guild. Vivian's enthusiasm and her knowledge of early childhood education has helped a community activity where both children and parents at the Bowers may enjoy and appreciate literature. Thank you, Vivian. Yes. Okay. And we thank Anne Shi for being here today. And now I would like to call Pam Wallace to the stage.
Okay, do you have a slide to go with us? Okay, good. Well, as I was introduced, my name is Pam Wheelis, and I'd like to share the history of the special spiral pin worn by the Docent Guild Chair. A former docent, and many will remember her, Kit Dedinger, was a creative docent, and upon retirement, she found this spiral pin in her treasures and thought the design similar to the logo adopted by the Guild Chair. I was the chair when Andrea Krupka was presented the pin by Kit, and when she became the new chair. It's now passed on for each chair to wear. The spiral as an ancient universal symbol of expanding life and represents the Guild's commitment to engage visitors of all ages in the universal messages of the world's diverse cultures. So at this time, I'd like to recognize all of the past Docent Guild chairpersons who are in the audience with us today. When I call your name, if you'd please raise your hand. Ruth Siegel, who is the first on the list, being chair in 1982, also served as chairwoman of the Board of Governors, and the historic bell tower was named for her. We have Ginny Nishigaya, Carol Van Houten. She was 17 years. You saw her in that picture with Dr. Keller on his first day. Well, she was on the Board of Governors for 17 years. Mary Jane Schrader should be here today.
Canceled at the very last minute.
Oh.
So we're sorry Mary Jane couldn't be with us.
Yes. Sandy Bass. Pam Wheelis. Andrea Krupka, who was supposed to be here today as well and could not. Karen Rote. Donna Ray. Ann Llewellyn. Rita Slayton. And Rhonda Nalesnik. Thank you for your leadership of the Guild. It's the honorary service. Okay. All right. We'd now like to honor those in the audience who have received the Honorary Service Award for their service as an active docent for 20 years or more. This award was established in 2002. The audience will note that some docents are still volunteering today with the Guild. And I want to congratulate all of you on your the years of active service. And do you want, I don't want to have to read them. Do you want to go?
We want you to speed read. But that's a pretty impressive list. Let us clap for that list.
Yes. So, congratulations on your long years of active service. Mary Green is now going to present the Life Appreciation Award.
Mary Green, where are you? Okay, worry. And here's the envelope for you.
Okay. Well, I'm very honored and happy to be part of this and to announce our recipient this year. Is the statement in here? Thank you. So the recipient this year of the award is Donna Ray. Yay, Donna! Woohoo! Can you come up and join us, Donna? Should I start before she comes up? Okay. Donna has been an active docent for 22 years, and it is not hyperbole to say that Donna has served in most every major leadership position in the Docent Guild. Most notably, Donna was chair for 3 years, stepping up when a previous chair was no longer able to continue. Other board positions have included vice chair, corresponding secretary, weekend day captain co-chair, and parliamentarian. Donna has been a long-serving day captain and served for 6 years on both the Education Committee and in school outreach, taking Bahotep to 6th grade classrooms, which was just wonderful.
That was fabulous.
I think Donna loved every day of that.
Oh, I did.
Her warm personality, her easy conversational skills, and engaging smile not only charmed the docents and the Bowers visitors, but others as well. Specifically, curator Wade Davis, who was enchanted on meeting her at a docent reception for him at Rhonda's home. Donna, we thank you for your many, many contributions you have made to the Guild these last 22 years.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much. Thank you. Oh, well deserved. Okay. Thank you. Oh, my God.
Thank you.
I'm Sherry Wright, and one of the many provisional trainers for our newest docents. And I'm most familiar with the process of cajoling people who enjoy the museum experience into people who present a well-crafted 45-minute tour about an exhibit that includes an engaging theme, interesting transitions, 12 or more objects, interactive questions, and a well-researched, accurate tour script that invites visitors, conversation, and enjoyment. And for our newest provisional active docents who are having PTSD, I apologize. After the enticement of the perks of being a docent at a recruitment event, the opportunity for participation as successful provisionals who drive in the fast lane of new learning, public speaking, and memory acquisition becomes a euphoric experience of accomplishment over 8 months of training. And how does the Guild come by such talented individuals of excellence? Some connections are made standing in line waiting for a COVID vaccine, visiting the museum's Facebook page, attending a book club meeting, or visiting the museum. The Docent Guild maintains its excellence through training, which includes a well-written class manual, sample tours by fellow active docents, and encouragement and praise. Although being a Bowers docent isn't for everyone, those who succeed are gems of talent, expertise, and creativity. You could see from the numbers in docents through the decades that large training classes resulted in more docents. And I imagine you could also see the outcome of COVID, which affected museums nationwide with a drop in volunteerism. In the 70s, training was held every Wednesday for 5.5 hours for a year, and provisional learned all exhibits. Today, provisionals attend 14 sessions and demonstrate competency in 2 exhibits. Most survey responses to the question, why I wanted to become a docent, cited lifelong learning, but Ingrid Vai said it best. The museum's ambiance and docent friendliness always makes me feel good to be here in this time and space, and that feeling has never changed in 50 years.
While Golpei was in France, or in Paris in particular, said she went to the military museum. And in the military museum, she saw these paintings of Napoleon.
Oh,
right? Another emperor.
Yeah.
Okay. And so she also saw examples of military uniforms.
After 22 years, the mission is complete, along with the erection of the Great Stone Church, of which we have one of the keystones from the Great Stone Church in this case. Now, sadly, it took 9 years to build that Great Stone Church, and 22 years to complete the mission. But it only lasted about 6 years because there was a devastating earthquake in 1812.
Cuando ustedes escuchan música, ¿verdad? ¿Dónde la escuchan? ¿En un iPad, en la computadora, en un teléfono? Bueno, y lo hacen para divertirse, ¿verdad que sí? Como les dije antes, bueno, en la China antigua no tenían iPads ni computadoras para hacerlo. Y tocaban, por ejemplo, algo parecido a esto, unas campanas. Las campanas están hechas de un material llamado bronce.
Pretty impressive. It's a very impressive array of accomplishments that are demonstrating the hard work of the docents. Just look at the numbers of booked tours and visitor attendance for the recent Guopei, the Art of Couture exhibit, voted our favorite traveling exhibit. Some of the weekend teams were running tours of Guopei every 30 minutes from 10 to 3. And you can tell that the docent-sponsored book club has been serving museum members now in its 6th year of success after that pretty impressive array of books that we have read that are quite interesting, and we have a lot of activities that go with that. And all of those virtual tours, 13 under the chairperson of the Education Committee, Ellen Winter, and also school online tours, still brings in revenue today. This last year, 23 virtual school tours were booked by schools. I think the video speaks for itself. and to show how the docent innovation and effort to engage visitors both inside and outside the museum. Like Van Morrison said, we're working really hard. And I'd like to introduce somebody who works tirelessly, and that is Terry Fine, our vice chair.
Thank you, Rhonda. I want to tell everybody a little bit about Anne Spencer, a prominent person in our tapestry who founded the Bowers Museum Docent Guild in May 1973. After being invited to join the museum's board of directors in 1969, Anne had an idea, and she invited 5 women to a surprise luncheon in her home, suggesting that these 5 people become museum volunteers. In 2 months' time, this group of 5 grew to 40. The main support group was called the Bells and was named after the many bells found throughout the museum. The Bells, who continue today, hosted receptions, worked in the gift shop, in the art rental collection, or as staff helpers and secretarial assistants for the curators. Some Bells led guided tours of the exhibit. Anne Spencer and 27 other Bells decided in May 1973 to separate from the larger group and wrote bylaws that said the primary purpose of the Docent Guild was to provide educational service in aid of and in connection with the Bowers Museum. In June, the bylaws were approved, and the Bowers Museum Docent Guild began with a budget of $150. Wearing a name badge was mandatory attire, and for a short while, smocks were worn to help identify docents. Carol Van Houten remembers that all docents wore dresses. Pants or shorts were never allowed, only professional attire. No doubt, if Anne Spencer were here today, she could tell us many stories of the early Guild. In 1984, the Guild created an award in her name. The Anne Spencer Award honors a docent who has been active for 7 or more years and has continuously made outstanding contributions to the Guild. As the recipient of last year's Anne Spencer Award, I am honored to present this year's award. And this time I get my own gold envelope. Whoops, too excited there. And the recipient of this year's award is Sherry Wright. So Sherry, please join me on stage. Sherry exemplifies a docent whose meaningful contributions have benefited the Docent Guild while serving in numerous leadership positions that she has fulfilled with competency, expertise, and innovation. While vice chair and Orange County Docent League liaison, she planned the successful OCDL 30-year anniversary, which was held here at the Bowers. As program chair, she led the first ever in-person, on-site Zoom general meeting with Wade Davis, curator of Everest, Ascent to Glory, who spoke live from British Columbia. She has been a provisional trainer, served on the Standards Committee, and as a Standards Observer, also a day captain. Sherry Wright is most deserving of this award. Sherry. Congratulations, Sherry. And we have this for you. Thank you.
So we do a photo op?
Sure, sure. Our first one.
Perfect. Thank you.
Every morning, every evening, ain't we got fun? Not much money, oh, but honey, ain't we got fun? The rent's unpaid, dear, and we haven't a bus. But smiles were made, dear, for people like us. In the winter, in the summer, don't we have fun? Times are bum and getting bummer, still we have fun. There's nothing surer, the rich get rich and the poor get poorer. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun?
Every morning, every evening, ain't we got fun? Not much money, oh, but honey, ain't we got fun?
The rent's unpaid, dear, and we haven't a bus. But smiles were made, dear, for people like us.
I'm Donna Ray, and I've been a docent at Bowers Museum for 22 years. I have enjoyed every time and all the years of being a docent. Some of the highlights have been, one, doing some of the travels with the docent traveling group. The other was on a sailing trip that we went to Russia, and we went from St. Petersburg down the rivers, ending up Moscow. And I remember standing in the Kremlin thinking, I'm standing in the Kremlin. This is unbelievable.
There's dear, still we have fun.
When I first saw...
Hello, I'm Mike O'Neill. Now that we've established that, I'd like to talk about the Docent Guild travel programs and other opportunities. An important aspect of Docent Guild perks are the travel opportunities, both local, national, and abroad, that are planned by the chair for field trips and others. As you see in the slide, the top 4 field trip destinations were selected among the many, many varied trips that received votes on the survey. On the New York City trip, Rhonda likes to recount how she, Mary Green, and Joe Shelton were running late, and it was freezing. So Joe wore Rhonda's red coat to the opera, and Rhonda says that coat never looked better. But what we found interesting in the docent archives is that provisionals went on their own trip. This was a famous one to Santa Fe for 5 days. I don't know if anybody here was part of that. Oh, that's what my notes say. I signed an agreement to read this as is. So possibly this aspect of provisional training could be brought back. Who knows? The monthly general meetings, which we're all very familiar with, provide interesting content and tour preparation and many varied speakers. In 1976, the Docent Dialogues were created, and this was a general meeting, which was a brown bag lunch meeting, where the docents sat together exchanging ideas for improvement. I thought about this, and I realized that as it's 1976, my kids would look on this as the Neolithic information age, before the internet and email were widely available. But those docents got it done. In October 2006, the general meeting was first held here in the newly opened, at that time, Norma Kershaw Auditorium. In 1993, the newsletter name for the Docent Guild was changed to the very familiar Docent Digest, our colorful monthly update of happenings. In 1997, the museum curators wrote a digest column, and that idea is returning next fall with an article by Collections. As the website coordinator, I can relate to the many technological advances the Guild has gone through, from cassettes, camcorders, computers, VCRs, to where we are today. In fact, I still have some of these items, due largely to, I feel, a very restrictive return policy that Best Buy has. The Guild website was started in 59 AD. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's CE. Actually, the website was started many years ago, and it was started by Margaret Rutledge. And thank you, Margaret. It's a great, great gift that she gave us. It's a wealth of history and resources. The Docent Directory is a godsend for those who don't want to keep every Guild contact on their cell phone. Most importantly, the Guild accomplishments and innovations have been at the forefront of National Museum culture, with many, many presentations by Bowers docents at the National Docent Symposiums throughout the year. The Docent Guild truly stays connected within the organization as well as among the rest of the museum world. Thank you.
Okay. All right, I'm Karen Roth, the parliamentarian, and I have the great honor to be able to install new officers for next year. So I'm going to call them all to come up at the same time, and then we'll install. So could we have Ken Higman, Julie Devani, Tracy Strauss, Evelyn Wiseman, did I say that already? And Julie. And Terry Fine. Okay. Evelyn. And I'm reading something that I hadn't seen before, so sorry. Evelyn Wiseman. I know, but I'm down here. Okay, as vice chair, you shall assume the duties of the chair whenever necessary and undertake any other duties assigned by the chair. Terry Fine, as chair, you shall preside over all meetings, shall appoint, and all non-elected committee chairs shall represent the Guild whenever necessary, shall have the power to sign checks, shall be an ex officio member of all committees except the nominating committee. All of you, and actually, it wasn't mentioned before, but Ken Higman is the treasurer, Julie is the corresponding secretary, Tracy Strauss is the recording secretary, and all of those served in their position last year, so they know their responsibilities. So would all of you please raise your right hand and state, I do. Now, all of you, as dedicated members of the audience, will you promise to support these new board members? Please answer, I do. So, your new board, and they're going to be great. Thank you.
Well, my friends, the time has come. Raise the roof and have some fun. Throw away the work to be done. Let the music play on. Everybody sing, everybody dance. Lose yourself in wild romance. We're going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever.
component for the success of the Docent Guild includes the celebrations and recognition we annually plan. The themes, venues, and entertainment have varied throughout the years, and our tapestry would have many, many scenes of jubilation and fun. Up until 1982, the Docent June Luncheon was held in a docent's home. Venues since then have included the Orange Hill Restaurant, Hotel Laguna, Fountain Valley Golf Course, and the Santa Ana Elks Club. At the December 2002 luncheon, docents modeled Chinese clothing for entertainment. Last December, the elves Terry and Stephanie escorted docents along the yellow brick road into the luncheon, and honorary service docents received their gold brick milestone awards. But we also celebrate unofficially. Many docents who train together as provisionals often plan outings together to places like Madame Modjeska's home and Cook's Corner and the Annenberg House in Palm Desert, just to name a few.
I want to be like the Academy Awards and have a different outfit. This is part of the buffet exhibit. I bought this on the opening night. I've been waiting to wear it. So I'd like to acknowledge the recognition that we have received from our local politicians. First is the Santa Ana Mayor, Valerie Mosqueda, and she was very kind to create this certificate for us, which will go into the lounge. And next, Vicente Sarmiento is the district for us here at the Bowers, District 2. He is our Orange County Supervisor, and he created that resolution. And in the resolution, he quotes the number of people served and the number of tours that we have had, and is quite impressive. And last, Congressman Lou Correa, the 46th District, our local House of Representatives, was going to be here, but as we know, they voted on the debt ceiling, and so he had to fly back to Washington, so we're going to miss Lou today. But he also very kindly created a beautiful certificate for us as well. And so we are thrilled that the local government, the county government, and our national government recognizes the excellence of the Bowers Docent Guild, and we thank them.
Many memories, events, and activities are woven into our golden tapestry. The 35th anniversary theme was Garden of Gems and Brunch and was held at the museum on Sunday, April 13th, and was planned by Sandy Bass. The Docents Through the Decades video was created from scrapbooks, but now we keep our photos on electronic devices stored in the cloud to jog our memories. With the addition of the digital frame in the Docent Library and Lounge, we can view our photos anytime. I appreciate all the photos that you have sent me this past year, and I have loaded them onto our digital frame. And now we will honor the last award of the program. The Docent of the Year recipient has created and or contributed to a special project that has benefited the Guild during the past year. Vivian Kusiak was the recipient of last year's award. Vivian, will you join me on stage?
Thank you. Good afternoon. I almost said evening, but we still have half an hour. Thank you. It's my honor to present to you the Docent of the Year Award. It's someone very special who not only is a docent friend, but a mentor to all of us. I would like for Rhonda Nalisnik to please step forward. You look great, by the way. The recipient of the Donald Kennedy Docent of the Year Award is presented to a docent who has completed a special project during the year. In addition to serving as chair of the Guild this past year, Rhonda has worked all year on a special project, the Guild's 50th anniversary celebration. Actually, Rhonda began planning the celebration years ago, thinking about the invitation, the menu, entertainment, the program, and what the docents, all of you and their guests, may enjoy. But she has gone full tilt on it throughout this year. She has spent countless hours planning today's program, making sure it would be a fitting tribute to the Guild's 50th anniversary and that it would be entertaining as well. Because of such an important special project, she is a most deserving of the Donald Kennedy Docent of the Year Award. Thank you, Rhonda. Congratulations.
We're almost done? Yeah.
We're almost done.
Okay, quick.
Away from the podium. There we go. Okay, really quick. All right. Perfect.
You want to get that wine.
We're on our next slide, I think.
So now we come to the end of the program where we begin our thank yous. The people that you see on this particular slide are all of those that are part of the museum staff and, of course, the Board of Governors. We are most grateful for Ren Shadowhorse and as art director and his team who provided the design for our invitation and also for the signs outside. And of course, Sean, as special events coordinator, new on the job, but he trained under Judy Mayer, so he's great. He has been most instrumental in putting together the program and helping me today. And of course, you're going to enjoy the benefits of Tangata and Carlos's work pretty soon, 6 o'clock. And of course, last, we give a nod to Chris St. Clair, our audio and visual technician, who is recording this program today so that we can send it all out to you so you can see it one more time. Next slide. And then, of course, there's a variety of vendors. At the top of the list is going to be our music. They are the same band that played for the Guopei Gala and I understand are great. And also the wine I purchased at High Time Cellars. The table decorations are by Bonnie, who is a local florist, except for table 17, which are from my garden. That's the overflow table. And of course, we mentioned Banna Tea Company, and the Metropolitan Museum of Art is where we ordered Anne Shee's beautiful gifts. And of course, I couldn't do much if I didn't get to run to Staples all the time. And last, next slide. These are all of those in our Docent Guild who have been most instrumental in putting together this program. And so I hope that in looking at this list, you will be kind enough to thank all of them. We have thanked a few already. Please know that the purchase of the wine was through a donation by Andrea Krupka and the sparkling water by Charlene Weiss. And know that Ellen Dupree is our event photographer. You see her, and when she comes by today in the event, smile at her. And then, of course, Mike O'Neill has been very instrumental in putting together the RSV program, and when you go outside, you'll see that fabulous professional photography location for your keepsake photos. And then, of course, we know that Terry Fine she is my right hand and helping me all the time, and we thank our program speakers. And of course, there's a very special thanks to Raquel Garcia, who puts together this slideshow. She is not for hire, should you wish to employ her. I could be your event planner, but I don't come cheap. And with that, you know how you go to the Pirates of the Caribbean movies? And after the credits, wait, it's coming.
Oh my God, there's a U-Book Lake tour scheduled, and I don't have a tour written.
Are you
Do
serious?
Yes.
No,
I'm not ready.
I don't have one already. It opened what today?
And
well,
the tour.
oh
So
my gosh, oh my gosh. Well, what are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Okay, I know. Let's try ChatGPT.
Oh, look.
Okay. Oh my God, look at this. Where's the ukulele exhibit?
What? Ukulele? Oh my God, it auto-corrected U-Book to
To ukulele.
Well, that goes to show you can never replace a Bowers Docent. No, you truly can't.
And as Terry and Stephanie affirmed, what all of you answered at the survey question about what was the future of the Docent Guild, all of you admitted that a docent in person in the museum will never be replaced by anyone or anything. Who needs Siri? And one more item. As a gift of for all of the docents, active and sustaining, the Docent Guild has purchased these fabulous license plate holders designed by Ren Shadowhorse and the Bowers art director and ordered through Tustin Awards. So before you leave this evening, please stop by the visitor's desk right here so that you can pick up your very own keepsake license plate. And please know that we also purchase license plate holders for the museum staff and volunteers and Board of Governors, but theirs does not say Proud Docent, it says Bringing the Bowers to You. And please make sure that they also pick that up on your way out. And please know that we are most thankful for the help of Leslie Hamilton, who has been out there checking people in, and it is almost time for us to say thank you and farewell. And if I ask you to dance tonight, don't say no.
Are we done? Yes. All right, Rhonda, stay out here. All right, we want to thank Rhonda for all that she has done, not only for this event, but what she does for the Guild throughout the year. And Rhonda, we have a present for you. You can open this, start opening it now. I'm going to keep this for a little bit. So, as one docent who nominated her for the Docent of the Year wrote, she has been a member of a gazillion committees, and she has supported other docents as she substituted for them when they could not tour. She has also assisted and encouraged her fellow docents and board members in their jobs, coming alongside them to guide them and with tasks and give advice. And Rhonda, let me help you. So Rhonda, we have another lovely treasure from Kathy Johnson that we picked out especially for you. Whoops. And we know that you're going to love that.
Of course I am. I can wear more than one thing at a time.
So Rhonda is constantly thinking of ways that the docents can create wonderful experiences for our visitors. And she strives for excellence in all she does. She's a most generous person as well, frequently sharing her home for meetings and giving her time to others. Her devotion, energy, and loyalty to the Guild are unmatched. Rhonda, thank you.
You're welcome.
And now, oh wait, here comes Mike O'Neill. Wow, I wonder why. Mike, what's happening? Okay, well, as you know, this is Mike O'Neill, our website coordinator. And
He also has a band. He sings. He's in the Toastmasters.
And he just happens to be up here.
And he and Ken met standing in line for the COVID vaccine, right? There you go. You never know where recruitment will come from.
So, Rhonda, maybe you could come and maybe you'd want to stand by Mike while he gets ready. Well, it's supposed to be a surprise. Rhonda just mentioned she didn't know that we were doing this.
Can you all hear that? Yes. Okay, so every performance needs a sound check, so I just ask the audience's indulgence for just a moment while I do a sound check. You ain't nothing but a board chair, not barking all the time. You ain't nothing but a board chair, not barking all the time. Thank you. That wasn't it. This is it.
I like that.
So I've been able to get a picture of what Rhonda goes through for these events, and I don't know if the rest of the year is like it, but there's somebody that needs a tribute here, and she's standing right next to me. So we're going to do a song, just the campfire version of this song. Interestingly, it's a song that has your name in the title.
Oh no!
How do these things happen? I don't know. But there is a chorus, and I'm going to ask the audience. Wow, you guys are psychic. Okay, yes it is, and there's two choruses. I'm going to ask the audience to sing along. When I say everyone, or I might say everybody, there'll probably just be one of those two. I'd like you to join in and sing, join in the chorus, and let's give it all we got. Sing it like it's primal scream therapy with lyrics. All right, so here we go. Well, since you joined the guild, we rely on what's in her head. She's always touring in the morning, she never lays in bed. Rhonda, you led the guild, but it's a role we're all glad you filled. So come on, help us, Rhonda, to work everything out. Everybody, help us, Rhonda, help us, Rhonda. 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 Rhonda, help us, Rhonda. Help us, Rhonda, help us, Rhonda. Help us, Rhonda, yeah, to work everything out. Everybody, thank you, Rhonda. 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 Yeah, that's from all of our hearts.
Well, it's time to party, and I think Kelly's been here to take a photo, so I thank you all for your kind words and your thoughts. Thank you so very much. I hope you enjoyed the program as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. I'll be around in 50 years, but I know we have started a great tradition, and I know that we enjoy seeing all of you here today, some very special people that we haven't seen in a while. And we thank you for being here, and you'll get to hear a little music that you'll enjoy on your way out. And please try either the Bueller Chardonnay or the French Red. They're both quite good. Thank you so much.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on. It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Yeah, yeah. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. it's a celebration.